Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly Chatflow. In this video, we're going to learn how to create a WhatsApp chatbot for a florist shop. So I own a florist shop and I receive a lot of messages from my customers via WhatsApp. And replying to each one of them manually is very time consuming and hectic. So for this, I have created a WhatsApp chatbot using Pabbly Chatflow. So how this chatbot works is that as soon as I'm going to receive any message from my customers, automatically towards the customer, I'm going to first ask for their details. We're going to collect their data. After collecting their data, automatically I can send them the form link with the help of which they can place an order. I can also send them the list of services that I provide in my shop. With that, I can also share my support team details to them as well. So now if you also want to learn how you can create this chatbot for yourself or your business, then let me take you to my screen. Today I'm going to show you how you can create a WhatsApp chatbot for a florist shop using Pabbly Chatflow. So what is Pabbly Chatflow? Pabbly Chatflow is a newly launched product by Pabbly that helps us to create an efficient communication with us and our users via WhatsApp messages. So with the help of Pabbly Chatflow, I'm going to create this amazing WhatsApp chatbot for my florist shop. With the help of this chatbot, our customers can easily place orders, explore our services like bouquets, get the delivery info, and even contact support all right from WhatsApp. It's perfect for florists who want to save time and offer a smooth modern shopping experience. So let's dive into building the chatbot step by step with me with the help of Pabbly Chatflow. So in order to create a bot in your Pabbly Chatflow account, what you have to do is from the left side of the panel, go towards this flows section of your account right here. After coming to the flows page, you can see the flow builder page. Now we are going to create a new flow in order to create a WhatsApp chatbot. For that, click on this add flow button on the top right corner. As you're going to do that, this new flow page is going to appear in front of you on your Chatflow account. And firstly, we're going to rename this flow right over here. And the name over here, I'm going to give it as. So this is the name that I want to give to my bot, that is WhatsApp chatbot for florist shop. After giving the name to the flow right over here, firstly, for the starting of the flow, we have to select some keywords. So what are keywords? Okay, so this is the flow that I'm going to create and how this flow is going to be triggered, how the next message is going to be forwarded to my customers. It is going to be triggered through the keyword that I'm going to set in this flow right over here. So if a customer sends any of this keyword on my chat, automatically this flow is going to be triggered and the further messages are going to be forwarded towards the customer. So now let us enter the keyword. So let's suppose over here I'm going to enter the keyword as hello. I'm going to enter under the keyword hey, and let's suppose I'm going to also enter hi right over here. I'll also enter help right over here. Okay, so these are the dummy keywords that I've entered. Okay, if you want, you can add more keywords according to your requirement. Now over here, whenever customer sends any of the keywords like hello, hey, hi, help, automatically this flow that we have created with Pabbly Chatflow is going to be triggered. Okay, next over here it is asking for me to enter the regex. So what is regex? So let's suppose a customer sends me a message. Hello, can I know about all the florist services that you provide? Now this same sentence can be rephrased into many ways. Okay, so instead of that, they can also write what are the services for the florist that you provide. Can you tell me about the service of your florist shop? So you can see in each and every sentence there is a word common, that is florist. Okay, it can be flower, help, queries and many other words, and using the same word there can be different sets of patterns of sentences. Okay, so now in order to sense that word, we are going to use regex right over here. Now over here for the regex, we have to follow a pattern. So I'm going to write a pattern over here of my regex as. So you can see I've entered the regex right over here, that is /p. Then I'm going to start it by curly brackets and then I've added these words flowers, bouquets, order, delivery. If I'm going to further scroll over here, you can see gift, payment, details, help, inquiry, contact, support. Okay, so these are the sensitive regex that I have added right here. Okay, and after adding the regex, I'm going to toggle this button on of enter regex right over here. It is not mandatory to enable the toggle while entering the regex. Enable toggle for each sensitive regex only. Okay, so after setting up the first step of this flow right over here, as this flow is going to be triggered by the keywords or the regex word that we have entered right over here. Now the next message that I want to send towards my customers is I want to ask them a question. And the question that I want to ask them is their full name. So in order to add a question, on the left side of the panel, go to actions and select this ask question from here, drag it and drop it over here in this field. You can see the question field is going to appear in front of you. And as I want to ask my customers for their full name, so over here for the message, I'm going to write it as, so this is my message for the full name right here. Hello, welcome to Bloom and Beyond. This is the name of my florist shop. We are excited to help you to find the perfect flowers. Before we begin, may I know your full name? Okay, you can see I've asked the question for the full name. So as now I've asked the question for the full name, I have created a custom field for my contacts in the name of full name right here. So I'm going to select the data of that custom field full name right over here, okay? So over here I've created a custom field for you to create your own custom field. From the left side of the panel, go to settings and go to this contact custom field option right here. I'm going to open it in a new tab. So you're going to land towards the contact custom field in which you can add all the custom fields according to your requirement. I have created a custom field for full name, you can see right over here. So as I'm asking for the full name of my customers, they're going to reply to this message. Automatically that reply, the answer that they are sending is going to be added to this custom field in the name of full name right over here, okay? So we're going to check the full name, the custom field later in this video, okay? Now I want to add the data of that full name over here in this custom field and the format is going to be text, okay? Number of attempts, I only want to give it as 1, okay? So now we have added this message. So how can we connect this trigger with this first message right over here? You can see this point, I'm going to drag it. You can see an arrow is going to start and connect it to this point right over here. And as I'm going to touch it, you can see this first step is connected to the second step. After knowing their first name, I want to ask another question. I want to know their email address. So now for asking another question, I'm going to drag this ask a question and drop it right over here. And I'm going to connect this first point to the second point of this message. Now for the question for the email, over here, I'm going to write it as, so this is the message that I've entered, that is thank you, $full name. So now what is this $full name? I have asked for my customer's full name in this first question right here. They are going to send me the full name. So let's suppose they're going to send me the full name as Rahul. So if they're going to send me the name as Rahul, automatically it is going to be added to their contact custom field in the name of full name. We are going to have the record of that, okay? Now, as we have the contact custom field data added right over here, as I've added this $full name right over here, this is a variable. In place of this, the name that they have sent to me is going to be added. So it will say, thank you, Rahul, okay? If you also want to add a custom field variable over here, you have to just add a $sign in front of the name of the field that you have given. It was full name, as it is written as full name right here, okay? So I'm asking for the email. It says, can you please share your email address so we can send you order updates, okay? So this is the question right here. Custom field I've again created as email, so I'm going to select as email, and the format is email, so I'm going to select as email right here. Number of attempts, 1, okay? After asking this second question, now what I want is I want to send them a welcome message, okay? So as I've received all the required details, now to send a message, I'm going to simply drag it and drop it right over here, this dot. I'm going to select the choose content type as text plus button right over here, okay? Now we're going to write a message. So after asking the email, what is the message that I want to send? So for the message over here, I'm going to write it as, so this is the message that I have, that is awesome, $full name. I've added the name of my customer, send me the message. You are all set. Welcome to Bloom and Beyond. We have beautiful selection of fresh flowers waiting for you. What would you like to do today? Okay. So this is the message that I want to send. And you can see in the end, I asked, what would you like to do today? So now for the further thing, what I want is I want to add buttons to this message right over here so that my customers can select a button according to their requirement. Now to add a button, click on this add button right over here. And for the text over here, I'm going to write it as browse flowers, okay? So this is the first text, that is browse flowers right over here, okay? After that, I want another button. So for another button value, I'm going to write it as place an order. So this is the second button with the help of which they can place an order directly. And I want to enter the last button right here. You can only add 3 buttons in a message. So now for this last button, I'm going to write it as contact support. Okay, so these are the 3 buttons that is going to be forwarded with this message right here. Okay, so as now we have added the buttons, now if this customer is going to select this first button, that is browse flowers, what message should be forwarded? For that, I'm going to simply add a list of my flowers that I provide in my business. Now to add a list under this message from the left side of the panel, you can see an option list, drag it and drop it right over here. This list is going to appear in front of you and I want to connect this list to this browse flower. So I'm going to connect the steps, okay? It is firstly asking for the header of the list. So for the header, I'm going to write it as... So I've written the header as browse flowers, okay? For the body over here, I'm going to write it as, here are some of our best selling flowers categories, okay? So this is the body of the list which is going to describe what is this list about, okay? This list is about, here are some of the best selling flowers category, okay? So now as we have done that, now I'm going to add a section right here. For that, click on this add section. And firstly, for the first section, I'm going to write it as roses, okay? First section is about the roses that I sell in my business, okay? So I'm going to add an item in this section right here. And the first item is going to be red roses, okay? Under roses is the first item, that is red roses right over here, okay? After adding the red roses over here, I'm going to write it as pink roses, okay? So this is the second option, that is pink roses. Under roses, one is red roses, other is pink roses. So this was the first section of this list right here. Now I have one more section, so I'm going to add a section. And for the section title over here, I'm going to write it as mixed bouquets, okay? I'm going to add the item in it. So first item is going to be spring delight under mixed bouquets, okay? And I'm going to add another item in this, that is going to be romantic charm, okay? So these are the 2 famous bouquets in my business, okay? So now as I've added the list, so as the customer is going to select this red roses, I want to send a description of this red roses bouquet right over here. Now for that, I'm going to simply drag this red roses point from here and drop it right over here. And then I'm going to click on this text button right over here, okay? Now over here for the message for the red roses, I'm going to write it as... So this is the message that I've written for red roses, a timeless classic. Red roses symbolize love, passion and elegance. Here are available options. Single red rose 199, half a dozen 6 roses 599, dozen 11 roses bouquet 999, luxury bouquet 24 roses, baby breath 1899, okay? So you can see over here, this is the message, and lastly I've written as, would you like to place an order? So if the customer would like to place an order, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a button over here for place an order. So over here I'm going to write it as place an order, okay? So this is the button that I've written right over here. For the place an order message, I'm going to wait for a few minutes right here, okay? Now in the similar manner, I'm going to enter the description for the pink roses over here. Then I'm going to enter the description for the spring delight as well as for the romantic charm. So over here, I'm going to write in all the messages. So I've written, you can see all the messages right over here, okay? So firstly, for this pink roses over here, if I'm going to scroll up, it's a beautiful choice. Pink roses symbolize grace, admiration and joy. Here are some options, single, dozen. You can see all the description with the price right over here. Similarly, for the spring delight under mixed bouquets, you can see right away, great choice. A vibrant mix of roses, lilies and all the other flowers with the prices you can see right over here. And it is also asking, would you like to place an order right here? So I've added the button. Similarly, for the pink rose, I've added the button of place an order. And lastly, for this romantic charm, you can see I've added this message. A truly romantic choice. Romantic charm is a bouquet featuring red rose, pink rose, tulips, lilies. Perfect for expressing love and affection. You can see with the price. And lastly, over here, it is also saying place an order, okay? We have successfully added the description for each and every item that I've added in my list. You can see right over here. So now I have left this place an order step and each of the description you can see right over here, because in this message over here I've also added this item, that is place an order right over here. So now this message that I'm going to write for place an order button is going to be similar for all these messages right here, okay? So what I'm going to do is for this place an order, I'm going to drag this point from here and drop it till this end right over here. And for the content type, I'm going to select it as text plus button right here, okay? And now what I'm going to do is for the place an order option, I'm going to write it as... So this is the place an order button you can see right over here. That is, thank you for choosing us. We are excited to prepare a beautiful floral arrangement from you. To place an order, please fill this form quickly. You can see I've added this form link. This is the form that I've created using Google Forms. And I've added the link of this form in this message right over here for placing an order. What happens next? Submit the form with your details. Our team will reach out to you to confirm your order. Your flowers will be delivered with love and care. We appreciate your trust and look forward to making your moment special. Okay, so this is the message for this place an order. And this message is going to be same for all these place an order that I've added. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it and connect this dot from this message right over here. Okay, so I'm going to connect all the dots over here. I'm going to connect it. Okay, so in this manner, if the customer selects this option, place an order, this message is going to be forwarded to them for these buttons that I've created, as well as for this button that I've created, that is place an order. So there is a last button left, that is for the contact support. So I'm going to drag it and drop it right over here. I'm going to add a text right over here. So for the text, I'm going to write it. So this is the message that I have, that is over here, that says here we are to help. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to reach out to us. Contact support over here, you can see I've mentioned the details, that is the email and the phone number. You can see right over here. I've mentioned the hours of the support. You can see right over here. It says we help to assist you and make your experience delightful. You can see I've added all the required details for this contact support button as well. So these are all the messages that is going to be forwarded towards my customer as they're going to select any of the options from this message that I've created with buttons right over here. With that, firstly it is going to collect the details, then it is going to send this message with the option. If they're going to select this browse flowers, they're going to receive the list of all the bouquets that create. With that, I've created some sections and items. For each item, they will receive the description. And if they want to place an order for any of the flowers that they love over here, they can simply click on this button, place an order. Automatically, they're going to receive the order form link right over here through this message, with the help of which they can place an order in my shop. Okay. With that, we have the next button, that is place an order. Automatically, the same message is going to be forwarded with the form link, with the help of which they can directly place an order in my florist shop. And lastly is the contact support. With the help of this button, they're going to receive all the required number and the email address with the support hour of working in this message right over here of my contact support team. Okay, so in this manner I have created this flow right over here. So now let us test this flow whether it's working or not. Firstly, we need to save this flow that we have created. For that, simply click on the save button on the top right corner right over here. As I've done that, it says flow updated successfully. This means now this flow is created. So now let us test this flow right over here. For that, I'm going to open my WhatsApp, and with the help of my WhatsApp number, I'm going to send a WhatsApp message to this bot that I've created. So this is the bot, and I want to send them a message. Over here, I'm going to write it as, hello, I want to buy some flowers. Okay, so this is the message that I want to send. So I'm going to simply send them this message right here. As I've sent them, hello, I want to buy some flowers, you can see automatically I have received a reply, hello, welcome to Bloom and Beyond. We are excited to help you to find the perfect flowers. Before we begin, may I know your full name? So for the full name, let's suppose over here, I'm going to write it as Riya Sharma, okay? Riya Sharma, okay? So this is the full name. I'm going to send the name right over here. As I sent the name, it says, thank you, Riya Sharma. Can you please share your email address so that we can send you order updates, okay? So over here, let's suppose I'm going to write it as riya@pabblytudes.com, okay? So this is the email. I'm going to send this email right over here, okay? As I've sent the email, it says, awesome Riya, you're all set. Welcome to Bloom and Beyond. We have beautiful selection of fresh flowers waiting for you. What would you like to do today? Okay, I want to browse some list. Okay, for that I'm going to select this browse flowers option right over here. As I'm going to do that, automatically the browse flowers list is going to be forwarded to my customer. If I'm going to click on this open list, you can see we have the section of roses and mixed bouquets right here, and we have this option. I want to know about the red roses first. Okay, so I'm going to select the red roses, and automatically you can see right over here I have received the description of red roses, a timeless classic. Red roses symbolize love, passion and elegance. Here are some available options: single rose for $199, dozen of rose for $599, dozen for $999, luxury bouquet for $1899. Would you like to place an order? Yes, I would like to place an order. So I'm going to click on this place an order option right here, and as I'm going to do that, you can see it says, thank you for choosing us. We are excited to prepare a beautiful flower arrangement for you. With that, I have received this link for this form right here. I'm going to open this link in a new tab, and you can see this is the form for the order. You can see right over here. Okay, I've created an order form. This is the same link right here. I also want to know about the bouquet that we have created. So this is a romantic charm. I'm going to select this bouquet from here as I want to know about the bouquet, and you can see the description of that bouquet has been forwarded. And if I would like to place an order, I can simply click on this button and I'm going to receive the same message with the link you can see right over here. Now after that, there is another option that is place an order. I'm going to select this from that, and as I've done that, you can see for the place an order message has been forwarded to me right here. And lastly, if I want to contact the support, I'm going to select the contact support option right here. It says we are here to help if you need any questions, need assistance. This is the email and this is the phone number you can see right away with the hours of support. We are happy to assist you and make your experience delightful. Okay, so as you can see that I've successfully received all the responses for all the things that I wanted to know with the help of this bot. This means we have successfully created a chat bot with the help of Pabbly Chatflow. You can see right over here. And now as you're a business owner, you want to check all the messages that you send and receive to your customers as well. And how can you do that? For that, from the left side of the panel, you can go to this inbox section. I'm going to open it in a new tab right over here. As I'm going to open the inbox section on the left side of the panel, you can see over here, this is the chat, okay? And you can see these are all the messages that has been forwarded to my customer and been received from my customer. You can see right over here, these are all the same messages, the list, the message with the name, you can see email address and all the details. And how can you check whether the custom fields data has been added or not? In this contact page, you can see over here, it says contact custom fields. I'm going to select it over here. And if I'm going to scroll down, you can see over here, this is the email that is ria@pabblytools.com and the name is Ria Sharma. Okay, so you can see the custom fields are also been updated right here. Okay, so as you can see over here, these are all the messages with the statuses. You can check all the messages right here. Okay, and that's it. This was the WhatsApp chatbot for our florist shop. Now your customers can easily explore bouquets, place orders and get supports automatically and effortlessly. If you find this video and this chatbot helpful, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Drop your questions in the comments below. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next automation video.